This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
Well, SJ McDonald, my little sister, my first friend in the city of Nashville. I always brag to people because you're somebody that a lot of folks know in town. Like, everybody's like, oh, I love SJ. I'm like, well, SJ was my first friend that I met before I even moved here, about a month before I moved here. How the hell you been doing?
I've been good. It's been like, you know, herding cats and dogs for like trying to herd a family or your friends. It's like my life, trying to herd my brain.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Things have been crazy.
Yeah, we've been trying to do this for a while.
Yeah, well, we always said that once we would do an updated podcast when I signed a publishing deal.
Yeah.
I signed that publishing deal 7 months ago.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
we had you on April 1st of 2019. It was April Fool's Day.
Yep. That was a big day.
Yeah.
You remember. That was the day we went out after the podcast. For those who don't know, after the podcast, we went to Hattie B's in West Nashville.
Yeah.
We were eating with Coda, and this guy had like a diabetic episode, and his car rammed into your car.
Yes.
Your new car.
Yeah.
And then while that was being taken care of, we went next door to get like ice cream. What's that little ice cream
Bobby,
shop?
was it? Is it
Bob's
something
Jimmy's
dip? It's something
Dippin'.
dairy dip.
Dairy dip.
Bobby's
Yep,
Dairy
yep.
something dairy that's on West End.
If anybody's listening that owns that, we're sorry.
Yeah,
But we love your ice cream.
Bobby. It's like something Bobby's Dairy something. But yeah, I forgot about
That
that.
was a big day.
And then I had to go work on Broadway after that.
Yep, that grind, baby.
I had to go and bounce after. I'm like, what do I do with my car? My shift starts in an hour. You're like, oh my god, what do you do? Like, it was just.
And
chaos.
I'm like still little SJ. At that point, it was 2019. I was about to turn 20. And I was 2 years or a year and a half into like being in the big city. And that kind of stuff doesn't happen in small town Rockbridge County, Virginia. And I remember being like, oh my God, what's going on? But then ice cream, it's fine. And everybody's fine.
Yeah, I think Tyler was with us too. I think
was
Boudreaux.
Boudreaux with
It was
us?
me, you, Boudreaux, and
maybe.
Dakota.
Yep.
Because Dakota was with us too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the good old days.
What a day.
And I remember because at the end of the episodes back then, we used to have the guests play a song. We had no idea what we were doing. We were figuring it all out.
I think y'all did great.
We did very solid what we had. And I remember you being like, yeah, I don't have a voice. Like, yeah, I can't sing. And for April Fool's Day.
Oh,
Like,
I
you played
forgot.
an April Fool's joke. You're like, yeah, I can't play at the end of it. And we had Dakota there to video.
That was the first and the last time I was ever funny.
You're very funny. You're hilarious. You're always funny.
Thank you. My old guitar player, I love him to death. I will not name him, but many of you know him. He came up to me after a gig once. He was like, SJ, you're lucky you're cute. And I was like, thank you.
You're lucky you get away with all this shit because you're so funny. You're just like a door. Like, SJ can do no wrong. It's like, no, she can.
I can't. I'm a human. Don't say that.
Are you still doing the downtown stuff?
I'm on downtown playing AJ's like, at this point, like once every 2 months.
You're down to once every 2 months.
Yeah, it's wild. I went from 3 shows a week for like 5 years.
Yeah.
To, oh my gosh, I haven't been to Broadway. I can't remember what it's like parking down there. I can't remember what Broadway looks like.
I remember walking you to your car.
Oh yeah.
After gigs at the stage.
I would like to say thank you to everybody who ever walked me to my car down there, because like, it's scary for a girl. And I carried a knife. You know I don't know what to do with that thing.
No. Not at all. Yeah, because the first time we had met was on the it was the rooftop of the stage.
Yep.
You playing with Ricky Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And that was September of 2018. And then I moved down a month later. And your shifts, you would have the day shift on Friday.
Yes. So
at
I'd
the
play
stage.
6 to 10 Monday, 6 to 10 Thursday, and then 2 to 6 Friday.
And that would end my shift. My day shift at Whiskey Row would ideally end, depending on when the night guys would show up, because there was always chaos over there. But I would get off my shift and come down and watch your shift and order you a Shirley Temple.
Yes, I still drink those.
Yeah.
I'm still the Shirley girl.
Yeah, and watch you do your thing.
Yeah. It's funny, like the people down there saw me grow up.
Yeah.
And I bet they expected when I turned 21, I'd go like wild and drink. And I'm still like, please give me a Shirley Temple with a splash of Red Bull and a little bit of pineapple.
Yeah, in the white cup, in the big
The big white cup. So everybody knows I'm a baby. I'm trying to hold on to that forever.
Yeah, because how old are you now?
25.
You're 25. Don't say,
No,
you're 25. You're fucking young.
I am happy. My prefrontal cortex has finally developed. And
What's a prefrontal? I don't know what that
I don't
means.
know. We'll have to Google it. But I just know that it's a thing that they say about 25-year-olds where it's like you turn 25, your prefrontal or frontal cortex, I'm not sure which one, fully develops. So that's when you start like really thinking like an adult. So I'm ready for the next chapter. I still feel 21. That's the kind of life I want to live. I still want to stay young at heart, but I'm not going to lie. I am already like, oh my gosh, SJ, put on your sunscreen. We want to look good in our 40s.
That's funny.
That's why y'all can see I'm pasty.
Yeah, and right now it's festival season, and I love seeing you go out on the road and do your thing. Like, because I remember you being downtown for, like you said, that's where you kind of grew up and learned how to really do this thing and hone your craft. And you'd go back for shows in Virginia or North Carolina, like back in the day. But now you're going all over the country with your own band in a van, right?
In a van. I'm picking up vans in parking lots. And I've never even met the guy I rent my vans from.
But the van's always there, right?
The van's always there.
And it
always
runs.
runs great.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. But yeah, it's pretty wild. Like, I forget what year I really decided to fully go on the road. 2023 was my big year.
Yeah.
I think all the years up until then, I was like on the road once, twice a month, still doing Broadway pretty heavy because the money was steady and I didn't know how to get on the road. And then in 2023, I was like, I'm tired of waiting for something to happen. I'm just going to start looking at little towns all across the U.S., see who I have friends at, and try to get to those people because they'll bring friends, and that'll start a little bit of a following. And then last year I did like 22 states all on my own. Like, I don't even know how, but I did it. And this year I'm still doing a lot, but it's different. Like, I'm being more selective of like, where do I need to play? Where are my fans at? Where have I got my foot in the door that I could like reach for a bigger venue?
Yeah.
And like, it's been working, especially in Wisconsin.
I fucking love Wisconsin.
Me too. I'm going there tonight.
Yeah, Country Thunder.
I love Wisconsin.
Yeah.
There's just good people. And like, Matt, people have been showing up in Wisconsin for me from all over the state. Like, there's this one little town called Cashton. It's like 30, 40 minutes outside of La Crosse. Some of my best friends got me there 3 years ago. And I've played there every year. And this past time I was there, I sold out of merch. We put the bar like over capacity. And people were showing up from like 5, 6, 7 hours away. I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, it's finally working. How do I show Nashville?
Well, honestly, it's like you could have all the buzz in the world here, but if like having fans and being able to sell tickets and sell merch and do shows out of the city, because there's so many people that like come to mind that are like, oh, they're happening right now and they're happening like in town. Mm-hmm. That's like a little bubble.
It is.
Like, there's so much more to be said for going to a small town in Wisconsin and packing out a venue.
It out.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, these are the places where like nobody's coming to these little towns, and those are where my favorite kind of people are. So it's been a great way to find just really cool people and loyal fans who I know will stick with me through it. And you know as well as anybody else just how important touring is.
Yeah.
You've seen it firsthand with Muscadine and Trey. And was Trey your first?
Trey was my first tour manager.
Yeah.
Muscadine, I was just selling T-shirts.
Yep.
But Trey was like, it was like an explosion and we went to, I went to really small towns, mostly in the Southeast and like the Midwest too with Muscadine. And then with Trey, I went all over the damn place. But yeah, and you're from a super small town. Mm-hmm. Like as small town as it kind of gets, and growing up on a farm and having a bunch of brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And
actually, Matt has been to that small town. Funny story. Matt came through Virginia on his way back home over COVID.
Yeah.
And I was still like really freaked out about COVID. And so like we kept our 6 feet away from each other. And I put his ass on the back of my dad's flatbed truck.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that? And Matt just stood on the back and held on. And he sort of looked like, I don't know, sort of like Mufasa at the edge of that cliff on Lion King.
Yeah.
But without, holding up a baby, just driving his ass around the farm.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
That was awesome.
And your mom sent penne pasta.
Oh, yeah. We had a whole tray of penne vodka for you.
Penne vodka.
A whole tray. My mom always asks, "How's SJ doing?"
I love your
like
family.
you are a Burrill family favorite.
Thank
like
you.
my sister,
You're a McDonald
my brother.
family favorite.
Yeah, I love your siblings. How are they all doing?
Everybody's good. Everybody's growing up.
How old are the little sisters now?
13. They're twins, and then I have a 16-year-old brother and 21-year-old brother.
Oh, your one brother's 21 now. Wow.
Yeah, he and my dad are like starting a shop for him to do like
that's awesome.
diesel mechanics.
Yeah, that's right.
out
Because
of.
he was doing that. That's right.
It's pretty wild. And things are changing, especially now since like I'm signed a pub deal and like more doors are opening, and I can't go home as much. And now I'm sort of struggling with like I want to go home and visit them. All of my family except for me are within 2.5 hours of home.
Yeah.
There are only like 2 blood relatives that don't live in that county. Or 3 blood relatives that don't live in that county. And I'm like, I'm the bird that flew so far from the coop.
That's how
And
I feel too.
Yeah, you know it. And everybody's growing up. And I know a lot of people who have siblings, but not many people have siblings with such an age gap. And it's really interesting to me being an adult and having younger siblings back home who just like, they're just like, oh, it's just SJ. Like, she's just doing whatever. I don't know. And they'll call me and they'll be like, when are you coming home? Or, we want nieces and nephews. I'm like, you're 13. Don't say that to me. I'm writing songs. Those are your nieces and nephews. Cherish them.
That's funny. I can picture them saying that too.
Oh, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
To all my siblings, I love you if you're listening.
Yes.
Please
we
don't
love
be
you.
mad at me.
Shout out to the McDonald family.
Shut up. Good Lord.
How's the publishing deal been going?
It's been really great. I signed with Major Bob Music in January 1st. My family got to come down for the signing, and I love Major Bob. It was like such a crazy way that the story happened. I met my publisher playing a writer's round at E3 Steakhouse on 21st Avenue in Nashville.
Of all the places for
Yes.
someone to pop into a round.
Yeah. So Jake Hill, now Jake Slayton, he was putting on those rounds.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
He's putting on those rounds where you like get a free glass of wine and free steak. Honestly, I was just there for the steak. And then my best friend Caroline, who is also a publisher, she had a coffee meeting with Graham Kothman, who is now my publisher. And she was like, Graham, just come to this round. All my friends are playing. And Graham had been following my stuff for a while. And we hadn't met.
Yeah.
And we hit it off that night. And I kid you not, Matt, when I met Graham, I was like, oh my gosh. I feel like this guy could be my publisher. And the bartender gave me a Shirley Temple with a little embellishment, a plastic star with sparkles on it in the drink.
Wow.
I saved it. And we'll get back to the star, but that was January of 2023. Met Graham, and I started like sending songs and just inviting him to rounds. And then Ben Williams, who also writes at Major Bob, he wrote a bunch of Megan Maroney songs.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We love Ben.
Yes.
And I ran into him at a party, and he's like, what's going on? And I was like, honestly, I met Major Bob, and I love him. And he was like, hold up. Let me call them right now. And he called them, and I had a meeting the next day.
Wow.
So thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
And I was in the meeting for like 2.5 hours. And then about a month later, we were in Key West.
Yep.
And I had a good feeling. I was like, I finally felt for myself that it was going to happen. Because years past, I never felt it. I'm a big gut person. I felt it in 2022 when my best friend Mia Mantia got her publishing deal offer. It was a hard pill to swallow that I didn't feel that it would happen for me, but I knew it was going to happen for her. And something about that spring of 2023, I was like, it's my time. I feel it. And lo and behold, we were in Key West, and Graham is sitting in front of me, and Ben Williams is sitting in front of me, and they're like, Major Bob's going to offer you a publishing deal. And of course I cry, and then all my best friends are outside, and you're there, and I've run over to the Race Rowdy round, and I'm crying to you in the streets of
I was
Key
like,
West.
SJ, what happened? Are you okay? You're like, I got an offer.
I just had a life-changing thing. It's fine. But yeah, that's been amazing. And then I officially signed in January because lawyer land takes forever.
Yes.
I never realized it would take
They
that
call
long.
it long form for a reason.
Long form, yes. But I'm there, and I'm so proud to be the first girl that they signed at Major Bob
Really?
in 5 years.
Wow.
And right after me, they signed some more girls. So I'm glad to see some more country females out there kicking ass. And it's been really great. Like, it has been hard for me to turn over my calendar because I'm a control freak.
Yeah.
I've been running everything for years, and I still run everything except for publishing. But Graham and I have worked out a good system, and he's been working his tail off for me. The whole team has.
Yeah. How many times a week are you writing now?
Actually, probably too much. And it's not my publisher's fault, it's mine. But let's see. The past 2 days, I've done doubles because I was only in town for like 3 days this week.
Yeah, it's balancing. Now as the artist thing's growing, it's like finding the time to write while, especially the artist thing that you're doing is going out on the road and going to these small towns and growing your brand and getting your songs out there. So it's balancing that. It was probably a little bit easier when you were just in town.
Oh, it was. Like January to mid-April, I was writing 5 days a week, no problem. Like it felt like a Groundhog Day to me. I was like, oh my gosh, nothing's changing. I'm just writing songs. And then it started picking up in the summer. And then I decided I was like, oh, I need to start thinking about my next round of songs. So I got to start writing for me like hardcore this summer. And so I'm trying to fit it all in between going on the road. And yesterday, one of my publishers looked at me and she was like, sis, you're booked up. I was like, yeah, but it's fun. Like I'm getting great songs and having so much fun. But I will say I do rot sometimes. Like one Sunday a month, I'm rotting, like just in my bed watching Netflix, ordering Thai food because it's so crazy.
Hell yeah! What are you watching on Netflix these days?
Well, I just watched the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader thing.
Okay, how was that?
It was good. I am now on Dallas Cowboy cheerleader TikTok with all the drama from the girls and like makeup routines and who's new on the team. I never thought I'd be into it, but I was sort of like,
they got you.
Girlhood.
Yeah,
So,
that's funny.
But yeah, that was my rot show this week because let's see, what did I even do last weekend? I was playing somewhere. No, I was in Nashville this past weekend.
Oh, nice.
And I still needed a rot day. I rotted a little bit on someday, whatever.
Yeah, I was in Ohio this past weekend.
What were you doing out there?
Festival. We were at country concert. We broke our record. We sold an absurd amount of merchandise, which was great.
That's awesome.
That's
cool something that I'm learning about because I'm running all my merch and I finally got t-shirts. I don't know how to keep up with it and like how to keep my inventory and my stock right.
Are you using Shopify or what are you using to play? Are you using
I'm
Square?
Going straight through Bandzoogle for my online.
Bandzoogle.
Yeah, do you know what Bandzoogle is?
No.
It's a website builder made just for musicians. And
so does that have like the
buy.
POS on it too? Like when you're at the shows where you can like sell off of it at the shows?
I've only been doing cash and Venmo because I haven't gotten far enough.
Okay. Well, if you need help, I'm happy to help with that. We used like when I was with Muscadine, it was Square, then at Venue. Then with Trey, it was Square, then at Venue. Now it's Shopify with all of our Raised Rowdy stuff because you can keep your inventory in there.
Oh, that's
Then
nice.
you keep your stock, and then if you're like say giving somebody a shirt, you can mark your artist comp.
I've used Shopify once. I had an internship for 1 month once. That
was that the one at because Seagull was more than a month, right?
Yeah, Seagull. I was a writer intern in 21 for like 8 months.
This was longer.
Right before the pandemic. I was an intern at New West Records.
I think I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, it was like Americana. I didn't know what I was doing. I don't think there was enough going on for me to even do stuff, but I answered Shopify requests and did customer service. So I think it helped me in my career.
There you go.
But then the pandemic hit and I didn't know what to do, so I just never emailed them and they never emailed me. And it's fine.
Yeah, it all worked out. It all worked out.
Sorry to New West Records. How are y'all?
I think both of us, because we've known each other since 2018. Like the pandemic, it was weird, but we got through it. And I think both of us are in solid places.
I think so. You know, the pandemic was a really good time for me to just buckle down on writing. I moved back to Virginia to the farm for 4 months and lived like I was 17 again, just at my parents' place, but I would write songs every day on Zoom. And like even I went to Nashville for 1 week in the middle of the pandemic to record, and then I came back and like quarantined within the house.
Yeah.
And to stay out of the house, I would set my computer up on the front porch and write songs on Zoom on the front porch, even when it was raining.
And what better setting to write country music than on the family farm?
It was awesome. I would get up and write a song at 10 a.m. Eastern time and then go into the field and work with my dad after. And I'm not saying I was like a good worker. I was definitely like running tedders in defenses, but I had a lot of fun writing songs and then trying to work.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But yeah, feels like forever ago.
It does. I feel like I personally have lived like 3 or 4 different lives
Oh my gosh.
in Nashville. I feel like I'm on like life 4, maybe 5. I think
because you've had so many shifts, like working with Muscadine and Trey, and now to Raise Rowdy.
bouncing downtown at Whiskey Row was something.
Yep.
I feel like I was a different person then.
Oh my gosh. I was definitely a different person when I was following you around Whiskey Road looking at all the hot guys. You're like, Matt, sneak me in. And I was always so nervous.
Yeah, you love some of my coworkers.
Oh, they had some lookers at Whiskey Row. Whiskey Row's great with hiring. They know what they're doing. But Matt would, get me in. And
especially for like when they were doing the writers rounds there. It was like that, and then it was like having you just kind of hang outside. Like we had that little side door.
I'd hang out, and like there was that one guy that liked cigars, and I smoked a cigar once with him.
With the blue eyes, James.
With the blue eyes. James, I hope you're doing
good.
And
he's a UFC fighter.
Oh.
He's an MMA fighter, yeah.
Wow.
He was doing that. He's a little bit older.
Good guy to know.
Yeah, he used to get me like Cuban cigars or alleged Cuban cigars. Like
I had a chocolate flavored cigar
that's right.
with him.
Yeah, that's right.
That was the first and the last for old SJ. I get to say I did it. Just like I get to say I crowd surfed once.
Where'd you crowd surf?
Exit 111 Festival in Manchester in 2019.
Yeah.
They had like Guns N' Roses, Leonard Skinner, of course not the original members, but they also had the Cadillac 3. I saw like Skillet too.
Yeah.
And I went to Lamb of God. If you guys take a listen to my music, you'll know I'm the furthest thing from Lamb of God. But I still went, and then everybody was crowd surfing, and I just got up there, and I've never felt so alive and so violated at the same time.
Who'd you go to that with? Because I remember you going to that.
I went with the girl I went to Belmont with that I haven't seen in forever, and some hometown friends happened to show up to that. There were like 4 people from my hometown that I knew. Like, I bought the ticket on a whim. I think I was sitting at Belcourt Taps when I bought the ticket.
Yeah, R.I.P. to that place.
I know. That was like my spot.
That's a place that I tell people, like, they were like, where did you go when you first moved to town? I'm like, well, I would work on Broadway, go watch my friends, or my friend, SJ, play on Broadway, and then I would go to Belcourt Taps to watch you and Lauren Weintraub and Kendall Inskeep.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm trying to think of who else. Josiah.
Yep.
I remember the round. It was like you, Lauren, Josiah, and Kendall. I think all together, or you'd be because it would be the Sunday night Nashville tour stop.
Yep. And like it's so funny. Belcourt Taps was one of those places when I first moved to town. I would die to get into that bar, and then I was practically living there and playing so much. And it's like goes to show how much things can change and how important networking is.
Yeah.
And just showing up is.
Yeah.
And some of my favorite memories are in that bar. Like,
yeah, because that was a bar where if you were under 21, like for you Belmont folks, that was a huge place.
I could go hang out and have my Shirley Temples. And I'll have y'all know, I never drank in that bar underage because I'm the oldest of 5 children. I'm a rule follower. So if anybody thinks I was bad in that bar, I was not.
And then the sound guy that passed away.
Oh, Ben.
Ben
was like so funny and like sort of, he was harsh.
He'd always have a funny comment, or he'd look at you and be like, damn, this guy sucks. Like, I'd be like, Ben, what do you think of this dude? He'd be like, he's trash. He was just the funnest fucking vibe. Because he was. I know he helped out with Whiskey Jam stuff at Winners for a while, but he was like a staple at
really
Belcourt Taps in that back corner in that little bar.
Oh my gosh, I can see him now.
Yeah.
And I think he was the one that taped on the monitors at Belcourt, no wagon wheel.
Yeah.
I think that's what they said.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh, sweet Ben. We miss him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had last time I saw him, I was just hanging out at Smokers Abbey with Nikki T and Kurt, the cigar lounge we go to. And he was there and just sat there and smoked cigars with us for like 4 hours. And we just sat there and bullshitted.
Ben was such a vibe. Like, that was a big loss for the community.
Yeah, it was.
Another big change.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of changes. How has downtown changed? Now that you're not down there as much as you were.
I'm not down there as much. I played this past weekend, and my mindset this weekend was like, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun. But the money's changed a lot because there's so many bars that it's all spread out. And there's like each bar has at least 2 stages. And there's been so much added since the 5th and Broadway thing opened. Laney's open, Morgan's open, Bon Jovi's, Garth, like everything. So the money is different. It used to be like so lucrative, honestly. And I feel like I'm really out of it. There's a whole new crop of people in.
Yeah.
But Broadway was never the end goal. The Broadway was a means to an end.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful that I got a gig down there because it paid for college.
Yeah.
Like it funded my life for 6.5 years. It made it so that I didn't have to call back and ask mom and dad for money. They had too many kids for me to do that.
Yeah.
And Broadway gave me that. And now I wasn't living high on the hog, but like I had an old car that was paid off, so I didn't have a car payment. So that was an extra like $200 in my pocket that wouldn't have been every month. And I was living on campus at Belmont, so that was cheaper than paying rent everywhere else. So I wish that I had realized how made I had it those days financially.
Yeah, and I think that like people have this stigma of like, I can't play on Burrill, I'll get stuck down there. But I think it's you learn you have to go and play shows somewhere and get your reps in. And you were very solid in 2018, 2019 when you were down there. But to where you are now and how you've evolved as an artist, as a performer, knowing what to say on stage, knowing how to read a crowd.
I found myself on Broadway, honestly. Like, I think it is so important for someone to gig that much because it just means that when those bigger opportunities show up, you're ready. Like, I do not ever want to walk into any situation that I have to get on a stage and I'm not ready. And Broadway gave me that. It gave me the days when nobody gave a crap and I had to learn how to reel them back in. It gave me the days where I was down, but everybody was freaking out and thought that I was Carrie Underwood. And so it helped me go on. Broadway's been great. But I will say, I think that I didn't get stuck down there because I started Broadway when I was 18. And so I couldn't stay and get drunk, honestly.
Yeah, it was get in, play, get out.
Yeah. Like, I remember they would radio across to everybody at the stage on Broadway, SJ's here. Everybody just be aware. Like, one, it was cool that they were super aware. So it was like, especially nobody F's with SJ when she's on Broadway.
Yeah.
And then two, it's like, don't serve her drinks, obviously. I never asked. Never in a million years. I know plenty of people that did some things.
Yes. Yeah.
But I never did because that gig was important to me. But it pushed me to learn how to perform, and being underage pushed me to go out and find something other than Broadway. Like Belcourt Taps. Honestly, so many important relationships that I have now I met in Belcourt Taps.
Yeah.
Like, I met Chris Rudiger at Belcourt Taps, and look at him. He's running 615 House. And, like, you mentioned Lauren Weintraub. She's had some huge songs. And, like, I met some of my best friends there.
Yeah.
Had great memories, too.
Yeah. And then you were on some of my first nights at Live Oak.
Yep. Which is about to come to
an end, and we're moving over to Losers full time.
Wild.
Which is gonna be cool. We've enjoyed being over there, and it's funny, like we were originally like Winners, okay, stuff's gone on there before, but then Losers, what's it gonna be like moving over there while Winners is getting redone, which the new Winners is gonna be fucking insane.
I had no idea that they were even doing that.
Gonna be massive. And I think they're like rushing to get it done because like Old Dominions is about to be done too.
Oh gosh.
So you've got two new bars.
So many bars.
You've got two new, and then Co-Wetzel bought Dogwood.
Really?
So it's going to be
I had no
Co-Wetzel.
idea.
It's going to be Co-Wetzel, Losers, Losers Live, and then Odie's Old Dominions Bar.
Oh my gosh.
All on Division Street.
So many bars. Maybe I should learn how to drink. Just kidding.
I think you know how to.
No.
Just because you don't do it excessively doesn't mean you don't know how to.
True. I can have like one green tea at Red Door.
Yeah, you could have a Surfside. I think you're going to like those personally. I
will
really
try.
do. I think you're going to like those.
I told Matt when he put those out, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to drink them. And he's like,
think-
bring them on the road.
I think you will. At least try one.
I will. Well, my boys will, in the band will
I
like
want
it.
you to try one. If you don't like it, you pass it over. But I
Should I
think
try
you'll
one
like
right
it.
now? It's
If you
sick.
want to, I have it in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
We can do a little ASMR with Surfside. Hi, my name is SJ McDonald, and welcome to ASMR with SJ, aka Spicy Jalapeno. Today we have Surfside
Try that.
I love ASMR.
I had a guest on earlier, Don Lewis, and Don. We were here at like 9:30 in the morning, and he started cracking those open, and he loved them.
Surfside iced tea and vodka.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it tastes like iced tea from what I've been told, like just like
These
straight
nails.
iced tea. Like you can't even tell the vodka's in it from what everybody who's tried it has
Okay, I
told
like
me.
that. That's my favorite.
And it's
kind of
not carbonated. Yeah, see, it tastes like iced tea.
That's nice. That's real nice.
See, that's why I said take the 4-pack.
You're okay. I take.
I was gonna say that's.
I can't drink all this because it would make me drunk, and I have van call right after this. But
I'm saying take it with you. You know, like take it with you. It's a nice.
Shout
tea.
out Surfside. What's the calories on these things?
I think like 100.
I can't read.
100, I think it says on the bottom.
Healthy
100
queen.
calories, 3 carbs. They make a lemonade, and they make a half iced tea, half lemonade.
This is great.
They make a peach tea. You could pour it out and put it on ice like you would a cup of tea.
This is great, and I've got to be honest, T. You want to know a secret?
What?
I don't even like iced tea. I don't like sweet tea.
Really?
Yeah, my entire family loves it. I grew up on a farm, ranching, farming, whatever.
Yeah.
Never liked it.
So what's your soft drink of choice? I know you like your Shirley Temple shit. but-
Dr. Pepper.
That's right. I was gonna say Coke, but Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
All the flavors.
This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't filled this Buc-ee's cup with.
That's a massive
Dr. Pepper.
cup.
Well, I was thinking, when I saw that the Buc-ee Stanley came out, I was like, that's my kind of basic.
Yes. Yeah.
Basic, but a little trashy.
Yeah. So on the route today, I guess you have to go west first. You have to go on 40 west.
There's no Buc-ee's.
There's no Buc-ee's.
There's no Buc-ee's.
Because there's the Buc-ee's. If you go on 65 now, there's one just over the border in Kentucky.
Oh, maybe I will.
If you're
pass
taking
by a Buc-ee's.
65 north and you're going up through like Illinois and stuff, it depends if you're going 60.
I'm going through
65 or
Illinois.
24. You're going
But I
20,
don't know
are
which
you going
way.
like 24 through Illinois, like Paducah?
I go wherever the GPS.
Wherever the GPS tells you. like Michael Scott in that episode where he ends up in the lake.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah. We are going to a place like Twin Lakes, Wisconsin for Country Thunder. So
Yeah.
I'm good with directions, but on the road, it's definitely different.
Who drives?
I drive a lot. I feel really obligated to drive because I'm the reason we're going to play these shows. But some of my friends get on me for not letting people drive so I can rest. So I'm trying to be better about accepting help.
Well, now you have the surf sides, so now you can have somebody drive and you can enjoy a surf side.
True, little roadie.
Yeah,
I'd
little
be like,
roadie iced
guys,
tea.
I did this podcast with Burrill right before. Like, I can't
He
drive.
made me drink the sponsored stuff since he's sober and couldn't, so I can't drive. Yeah, blame it on me.
Good. I love blaming men.
Who do you have out in the band right now?
The band has changed a lot over the past year, but I have a guy named Sean Bellamy on bass.
Love Sean.
You know Sean?
Yeah,
I didn't
so
know that.
Sean was on one of those early episodes of In the Round back in the day
No
when
way.
they had their band Shelton Road, and they
Oh.
used to play at Whiskey Row every Monday night.
So wild.
Yeah, they were like our closing band.
had no idea.
And they would mess with us, me and Tyler. Both Tyler would run sound, and I do security with Little Jay and a few other people, and they would close out the shift by playing "Killing in the Name of." So then, as we're trying to get people out of the bar, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me, and I'm like, God damn it, boys.
That sounds like them.
It was like Sean and like 5 or 6 other dudes with beards that were
Yep.
like, they looked like the Seven Dwarves almost, where they were just a wild little bunch, and they would all change instruments, and one would end up on like they'd all rotate, like it was crazy.
And
but
that's Broadway for
yeah,
you,
I've known
baby.
Sean for a long
That's so
time.
cool.
Really good dude.
Well, my old drummer found Sean at a random filling gig, and he texted me. He was like, "I found your bass player."
And he's such a good dude. Like
He's
that's
awesome.
the kind of people that you want out
Yes.
with you.
And he's like, he charted all my songs, and I didn't even ask him to.
Yeah.
He's got a specific pedal board for my shows, so Sean's been amazing. And I've got this new guitar player named Gareth Bell, who
Okay.
he's like a bluegrass harmony singing, 90s telly picking son of a gun.
Sounds like the perfect
My kind
guitar
of person.
player for the S.J. McDonald band.
And he's an International Harvester fan. Like, he
Oh.
grew up sort of farming, and he knows about tractors. So when I brought the band back home to Virginia a few weeks ago,
He must have been freaking out.
my brother took him on a tour of all the tractors. And my drummer, I'm sort of between a bunch of drummers because I haven't been able to find someone that's like super steady, but mainly I'm using a guy named Jake Burton that used to play at AJ's a lot with a girl named Amanda Daughtry back like in 2015, 2016. And he was one of those players that I just kept running into on Broadway. And then he ended up being like most available, and he fit the band good. So he's been super reliable, great timekeeper, super fun. He's down when I ask him to do a drum solo.
Oh, awesome.
It's like, I love when they have like solos, in Folsom Prison. One, I think it's sick when a chick sings Folsom Prison, and I love that song. And I have a song called Locked Up that's coming out later this year that mentions Johnny Cash.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've known that one for years.
Yes, that's an old one, honestly.
Throw away every key.
So the song mentions Johnny Cash, and so I'm like, of course I'm going to put Johnny Cash in the set. And so it's fun singing it as a girl, and then it gives me a chance to have guitar solo, bass solo, even though people are opinionated on that, and like a place for the drums to just go crazy.
Yeah.
And it gets the crowd going.
Yeah.
I know Broadway people are like, oh, everybody does it. And I'm like, well, but not everybody outside of Nashville sees a band doing that.
They do it because it works.
Yeah, and it's fun. Like, that's the kind of music that like spans over generations.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash is timeless.
Yes.
We need a little cash.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, that's the band. They're good guys. They help out with driving a lot, and they're fun. That's a big part for me since we're playing such intimate kinds of shows. We're not doing festivals or opening gigs where there's thousands of people and you can't interact with everybody. We're doing like 100, 200, 300 people shows, and you can, if you want, you can interact with anybody. Yeah. And it's really important for me to have a band that is kind and fun to hang out with, because people want to talk to them too after the shows.
Yes.
Like the show, even though I like to think it's all about me, it's not all about me. They see them, Gareth doing crazy licks on the guitar, and like Sean singing really high harmonies.
And interacting with them, being very vibrant on stage. Like, yeah. That's what you want.
Exactly. Like Trey's band.
Yes.
Terry.
Oh, dude, those days were wild. Yes,
they were wild days.
They were wild days and wild times. BDT, he's something.
Throwback.
Do you still what was the thing that you used to do, an airdrop to me and the people on Broadway? Is it beaning?
Yes.
Do you still bean people?
Yes, I bean people all the time.
You still do?
Yes, I'm not as consistent with it, but for context of those who don't know what that is, I'm obsessed with beans, like beans.
Yeah.
Just love it. And there's this meme that I found in college of a animated bean, green bean, with legs and arms and googly eyes that says, "You freaking moron, you just got beaned. Yeah. Send this to your friends to totally bean them." And I was like, that's amazing. Let me make it my thing. And I named my phone Bean Machine.
Yes.
It's still named Bean Machine to this day.
Still.
Like, my phone's named Bean Machine so much that it shows up on Zoom as Bean Machine. And when I had my first interviews with Seagull Music to be an intern writer in 2021, my name came up as Bean Machine. And I was
Gruber, like, what is Bean Machine? Yeah. That's awesome.
Hey, JD, Bean Machine coming at ya.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so I would like sit in the cafeteria at Belmont and just randomly bean people and like look around the cafeteria to see people going like, what the
You would do it to me while I was watching you at the stage sometimes if you had a second, like in between a song or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like if we were out somewhere, people be looking at their phones, and then I'd look over at you and you just smile, and I'd be like, she's out here just beaning everybody. Beaning everybody on Broadway.
Did you know that my obsession with beans turned to a song?
Really?
I have a song called Beans, but I haven't really done anything with it. But it goes like, beans, beans, who's gonna spill the beans? I was on a writer's retreat with Mary Heather Hickman, Mia Mantia, Brittany Moore, Stephanie Joyce, and Kelly Johnson. And we had split up into groups of 3 to write. And I had an epiphany in the bathroom. I was like, I want to write a song called Beans. I love beans. How can I do it? And then beans, beans, who's gonna spill the beans came up in my brain. And I was like, guys, I got it. Let's write beans. Well, slowly, everybody on the retreat trickles in. So it ends up being 6 of us writing a song called Beans.
A 6-way called Beans. That's awesome.
6-way called Beans. And the song is about like small town, these kids getting knocked up, and who's going to spill the beans? Who's going to let the town know he's got to get married this girl? Who's going to spill the beans that like she's late on her period and she's not just craving cornbread because she likes cornbread? And it even has a key change.
Wow.
I've always wanted to do something with it, but so many people have been like, that song is like too unserious. And I'm like, well, listen to Goodbye Earl.
Yeah,
you know?
it's fun. Yeah.
We'll see. I feel like beans will have a place on a project one day. But yeah, I love beans. I love eating them. I love writing about them. And I love beaning people.
Yes.
And that just doesn't sound right when you say it. Beaning people.
Beating people. You'll have to do it at the festival this weekend.
Oh, that's a great idea.
At Country Thunder, people will just have their phones open and it'll be like, what is the bean machine? And you can like say it on stage at some point in the set. Be like, if you got bean machine, I am the bean machine. It is I.
I am the bean.
Yeah, it is I.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yes. Because I was going to say, I remember that. I remember you came down to a bar in Spring Hill.
Oh, yeah. Sure did.
That one random night.
Yep, sure
Froggy
did.
and Jeffros. Which, by the way, the guy Froggy, we did an event. When we were down in Key West this year, one of our events was at a bar called Froggy's, and it's the same guy. So I met the owner of that bar. He still lives in Spring Hill, but he opened the bar in Key West and also named it Froggy's.
That's so funny.
So
I remember following y'all around, and I was like lucky enough to just skate my way into the
the
bar.
beard competition.
Beard?
The beard guys. The beard competition. I got a photo of you in Santa.
Dude, Matt and I have had so much fun over the years. Okay, one thing I love to do is I'll try anything, like
I gotta
weird
find this
things,
beard
like
picture.
being the bean machine and like crowd surfing. I want to do that stuff. Well, my friend, was it Peter? It was a guy.
Mike. It was Mike that worked at Whiskey Row.
He was a part of it. Basically, there was this Christmas beard competition.
Yeah, beard. The beard. Yeah, I don't
looks
know.
like
I don't know if
Santa.
anybody can
I hope
see
they
it,
can
but
Zoom in.
zoom in on.
Yeah, blow it up. So Matt came with me to this beard competition. There's me with Santa, if you can see that on the camera. And there were guys with beards and mustaches that went like over their heads and around their heads, and it was craziness. And my friends are always like, "Why are you doing these things?" And I'm like, "Why not?"
That was June 26th, my brother and sister's birthday of 2019. And then there's you with the damn kazoo. You used to keep a party kazoo. You used to keep a kazoo in your bag.
I had a kazoo moment. I haven't in a while. I love the bit,
Like
dude.
random little things are fun.
They're so fun.
They're so much
Like
fun.
having this Bucky's cup is fun, and talking with my mini mic
Yeah.
is so fun. I need to do another mini mic update.
Yeah, I have so many, like, it's funny, like the baby SJ videos that I have, like, because
He
you look,
has-
like, click on, like, somebody's face. This was the last podcast. Dakota took that.
I still have that shirt.
The family photo with
Oh,
Tyler.
that's precious.
That's wild.
Matt and I took a picture on Santa's lap once.
Oh, yeah, in the fucking mall.
Yep, in the mall. Like,
Yeah.
I just love stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It's fun, and it keeps it going, and it's just,
I don't ever want to go through life serious.
yeah.
Because it's like, it's too short. I just want to laugh, and
Yeah.
it really pisses off people when we're like, for instance, playing pickleball. Everybody's obsessed with pickleball right now. I got a paddle. I'm playing. I don't give a crap if I win or lose. I just want to hit the ball.
See, I've still never played pickleball.
It's super fun, but people get heated
Why?
because it's competitive, and I don't know. But my mindset is always like, haha, durka-dur, it's fine. The only thing I take serious is music. That's the thing.
your work.
Yeah. Everything else, I'm like, whatever. It's just a pickleball. I'm just going to hit it. And if it goes out or in, whatever.
Who's in your pickleball crew? Who do you play pickleball
I
with?
play with like Trent Wayne, Mia Mantia,
Oh,
Chase McDaniel.
the Boys and Girls Club.
The Boys and Girls Club are big into pickleball. And so, yeah, we played I was there for 3 hours on Tuesday night. And we played Sunday night too.
Where are you playing pickleball at?
Richland Park.
Oh.
Over in West Nashville. It's really fun. And I didn't realize there were so many rules though. Like, I started playing with this friend of a friend, and he was like, so nice. He was like, oh, SJ, just by the way, you're not supposed to do that. And he had to do that like 10 times because I didn't know. I'm just here to hit the ball. But pickleball is...
See, I thought it was like tennis. It was like a lazier tennis.
It is lazier tennis.
That's what I always think of it.
But
like,
in the Tennessee heat, it don't feel lazy.
Oh, no. Did you ever come and play kickball with us?
No.
You never came
Big
to a
regret.
kickball game?
Big regret.
Kickball games were wild. Those were heated. Me and Ryan Nelson would go at it.
Damn. Right.
That was back when it was SIGs in the outfield. And
Oh.
Ryan and I one time kicked a home run while smoking a cigarette.
Of course you did. That's badass.
Also, I haven't had I went through my first festival of not having a cigarette.
Hell yeah.
So we're off the cigs.
Put her there, baby.
which is a big deal. You remember what I was? I was like a pack and a half, 2 packs
my
a
gosh,
day.
yeah.
I was a fucking chimney.
When did that start?
The cigarettes?
Yeah.
Before I moved here.
Wow.
And then I moved here and I was like, oh shit, tobacco is half the price in the South as it is in the North.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can buy double the cigarettes. Yay. $5 more Burrill Lights instead of 10. Yay.
And here's SJ over here being like, when are you going to quit? I'm such a mom about that stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you were on me about that for a long time.
I'll be on anybody about stuff like that, honestly. Because I think it is rooted in that I protect my voice so much. I'm so worried about ruining my voice that, especially when I'm around musicians and I see them like smoking cigs and like drinking too much, or I'm like, bro, take care of you.
Yeah,
you
like
have this talent.
Yeah.
You have this speaking voice.
I know. Oh,
that is great for radio and podcasts. Protect that shit.
We with the Tailgate and Tall Boys festivals, they've got me emceeing,
which is so cool.
Which is cool, but hosting at a bar in town or doing this or being in a radio studio,
a lot different.
Very different. I'm up there for 3 to 5 minutes at a time. There's no monitors.
Really?
So you don't really hear yourself.
Oh damn.
I'm talking over 20 to 30,000 people. My voice went by the last. My voice just started. It just went away. Yeah. So I was trying to figure out how to get it back, and I ended up ordering like this vocal spray stuff that's been great.
Oh, that's great.
But somebody had told me, one of the ladies in catering had told me, you got to get some olive oil. Or no, it wasn't her. It was Andrew Sevner. It was Sevy, Andrew Sevner. He was playing with Taylor Holder. And he was like, bro, when I do my cover gigs, like I drink olive oil, like a shot of olive oil.
I've never tried that.
I
can't do it.
I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, bro, olive oil. So I mentioned to the catering lady, and then she went and acquired me olive oil. Yeah, a fucking bottle of olive oil just for me.
Did you start drinking it?
Yeah.
How much did you drink?
Too much. Too much.
What did it do? Did it give you the runs?
It got my voice back.
Oh. Well, at least, but nothing else? It didn't have any side effects?
It's not something I'd recognize. It's not something I'd recommend.
Oh,
I wouldn't want to do it all the time. But it was just funny because I'm like backstage like with these artists and they're like, is that a bottle of olive oil? And it's like they're holding like their beers or their red Solo cups with their
holding
stage
their Surfside iced tea and vodka.
Yeah. They're holding their drinks, and I'm sitting here with a bottle of olive oil.
You know, that's a sleigh. Health sleigh.
I'm like, this is adding to my New Yorker bit, the New York Guinea shit, where I'm sitting here wielding around a bottle of olive oil, taking shots, saying, yeah, it's helping my voice.
Who is this guy?
Who is this? Especially in Iowa and Illinois, I'm like a unicorn out there.
Oh, you are.
They can barely understand what I'm saying.
And then I'm on stage. Pick you out with their eyes
I'm on
closed.
stage. What the fuck is up, Clinton, Iowa? Who's feeling drunk tonight? And bringing people on stage to shotgun beers. That's
awesome.
Like what we were doing. They gave Nikki T a t-shirt cannon, so he's up there shooting t-shirts.
That sounds like a dream for him.
Very raised rowdy. Yeah. So we have one more of those, but I've learned that I've got to watch my voice.
Oh yeah, and I've been told that I need to speak higher. Like I like to speak down here like a guy, raspy-ish, but I need to be up here like a lady because it's actually more palatable and like better for your voice. But I don't want to do that.
No, you should talk like you talk.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's a problem.
If my voice starts to go,
you got to go up higher.
Then I have to speak up higher.
Okay.
Just it helps it. It's airier. Something about it.
Interesting.
I took vocal lessons when I was like a teenager, and it really helped me learn how to take care of it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the big things I took from it. And warming up. And not eating food before you sing, but I'm always hungry, so it doesn't work.
What's a vocal warm-up? Like, what does that sound like?
Like, you could do, Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Oh, and you just go up.
Yep. Or you could do like,
Whoa, see, I can't do it. I can't do it. I could go like like I just can't. Yeah, I'm like I'm dying over here. But yeah, I've been off the cigs now for a while, and it's been great. Not because I haven't been buying cigs in a long time. And part of that is being with Erin and being around Charlotte. I'm like, I can't bring myself to be around this little adorable soon-to-be 6-year-old girl and smell like cigs.
Yeah.
Like she and what I like too is I'm still on the nicotine. I'm on Zyn.
Are you a Zinner?
I'm
You're such a
definitely
zen.
am. But these are a thing. They sent these to me. I'm trying to get them to work with
Zymo?
us. We'll see if they do. Zemo.
Zemo.
Look at the milligram dosage. They're 8s.
8.
Zyn goes up to 6, so it's a higher dosage. Than
Oh,
Zyn.
good Lord.
Yeah, and they're like thicker, and they make them in like fruit flavors and all this different shit. Like the blueberry ones are really good, but by having this in, it's like I'm not sitting here spitting out Copenhagen.
Yeah, that's better.
I'm not
Yeah.
smoking cigs. It's like it's friendly to people around me. Now, is something bad going to come out of this in the next 20, 30 years? Probably.
Oh, something bad comes out of everything. Something bad's going to come out of Dr. Pepper. Everybody knows I love Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah, you're fucked.
Oh, it's fine. Like, I love Dr. Pepper so much that, like, the thing about me is I can't finish one. Like, I just want a little taste of a Dr. Pepper. So I've been buying those little ones that are like
the
90
little
calories.
baby
the
cans.
baby ones.
You can get those in multiple too. Like you can get like a
Yes.
case of the little minis.
I'll drink, like, honestly, 3/4 of a baby can a day. That's all I want.
And you'll be good.
It's just like a little craving. I just want a little sweet treat.
Yeah.
And then I'll drink my Bucky's water. I'm trying.
What's on your? Do you have a rider yet for shows? We haven't
No,
gotten
and
there.
people have started to ask me, and I'm just like, Dr. Pepper. Honestly, okay. What I would have on my rider would be Dr. Pepper.
The mini cans, like those little
The
ones you were
mini
talking
cans.
about. Yeah.
I would say a singular mini can. Go into your own personal pantry and pull that shit out and give that to me. Don't waste any more. That's the thing about riders. I feel like I'm going to be wasteful.
Well, I feel like there's stuff where it could help you. The ones that the ones that were always very big with us with the Trey crew. It was obviously for the band.
Yep.
They would literally go through a handle of Fireball a night. So that was a necessity. That's just what they
Yeah.
do. Your guys probably aren't doing that, but
No.
like some kind of form of like a case of beer or something.
Yeah, or
'Cause-
like a cheese tray. Or
Yes.
actually, I really like grapes. Sometimes I'd eat grapes before I go into the studio.
Really?
Like while I'm recording vocals. I've asked some people about it, and they're like, I've never heard that. And I just stumbled upon it one day because I was hungry and I brought grapes to the studio. But it feels like it coats my voice for me. I've
Okay.
heard that with Lay's potato chips.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard that
I've
too.
tried that before, but I love grapes like that.
So yeah, so okay, so a bundle of grapes,
Grapes. I would ask for grapes, Dr. Pepper, salami.
salami,
I love salami.
no
And
si-
pickles.
and pickles. I think a case of water would be good.
Oh, yeah.
That's a practical thing.
Hydrate or dihydrate. You're right.
Because the
you're right.
water is good because then that water, whatever you don't drink there, goes into the van.
Goes in the van.
I mean, you don't have to buy waters at
That is
Buc-ee's or
smart.
Circle K or wherever you're stopping.
We have been lucky this year. We've played a lot of shows where we're the last people on the lineup or close to the end, and they just give us all the snacks.
Oh,
Like, excuse me, I lived off of some snacks for like a month. I just like kept them stocked up.
what kind of
for the
snacks?
band.
Just like the little bags of chips, like granola bars.
Granola bars, bags of chips, like apple crisps,
Ooh.
Dots pretzels,
Yeah.
Chex Mix, which isn't the healthiest, but so when I'm on the road, I've been trying to chew my food better, take it really slow,
Yeah,
so that it'll digest quicker
yeah,
and I'm healthier.
yeah. What do you get when you stop at like a Love's or a Buc-ee's?
Mm.
Like, what's your go-to aside from like the Buc-ee's merchandise?
Aside from the Buc-ee's merchandise, I do Dasani water. I know that is a hot topic. People think Dasani's crap, but I think they're wrong. I love Dasani. I get those pickles in the little bag that you can
You
just
get
rip
the
open.
you get the bagged pickle.
Yes, I love pickles.
The bagged pickle
Bagged
from
pickle.
Love's.
Yeah. And then if they have there's nothing weird about it. Maybe.
I just would never think about getting that. I mean, I've seen people get the hard-boiled eggs from there. I'm like, that's more risky than the bagged pickle.
Yeah. No. I like to just get a hot dog, but no bun. Just like get the tray for the hot dog and stick a dog in there. And I've been on Gushers lately. I need something
Gushers.
sweet.
Gushers. Okay.
But I'm trying to stay healthy out there. But everybody that's been on the road knows it's hard. Like, if you want a salad, you got to pray there's a Chick-fil-A and it ain't Sunday because they
Yeah.
got good salads.
Yeah, Chipotle is a good hack too
Oh, yeah.
because you can just do rice and beans
I love Chipotle.
and chicken. Yes.
That's smart.
Chipotle was I probably had Chipotle, combination of Chipotle or Chick-fil-A like every weekend when I was out with Muscadine. And then with Trey, it wasn't that. It
Yep.
wasn't Chipotle. Bonner used to want Chipotle all the time, but we wouldn't stop because he'd be outvoted.
Oh, poor Bonner.
Poor
I would
Bonner.
vote with you, Bonner,
Yeah.
if you're watching and listening. I love you.
Bonner is an SJ super fan.
Oh
by
my
the way.
gosh. I wear my Trey Bonner hat all the time.
Yeah, I wear the shirt all the time.
Yeah, it's like good merch.
Yeah.
I don't even have a hat yet, and I'm wearing his hat everywhere.
It's like, what? Ask Trey Bonner. I'm like, Bonner, why do you have merch? He's like, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Why not, Burrill? Why not?
I'm with you, Trey Bonner.
I love Bonner.
He came with me to do some content for my last release, Right Hand Man. It was just so fun because I've always loved him. He's just a sweetheart, and he's fun to be around, and he's so good at making content and videography.
He's very good.
And I had a lot of fun just rolling with him and hanging out. We legit just drove around like the rich parts of Nashville and found little areas to like hop out and sing a verse chorus of, and then ran away and hoped we didn't get the cops calling on us. Just, normal things.
That's funny, yeah, because he's done stuff with Rome Ramirez, who used to be in Sublime with Rome.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like...
He's
so
talked about that.
Bonner's had like some viral moments from that, obviously, all the DDID stuff. Like, Bonner's...
He's done some for Joe Hadell, too.
Joe Hadell, yeah. Bonner and I have had some wild times together.
Oh, I bet.
Like, there were some days where I thought either Bonner or I was going to die.
Oh, gosh.
But we lived, Like, thank God.
Even my mom loves Trey Bonner.
Everybody does.
She met him once, and she was like, I love him. Bring him.
He's just he's a cartoon character. And that's what I try to surround myself with. And Nick and I talk about that with Raised Rowdy. It's like we just want to surround ourselves with good people who have personalities and are like cartoon characters, like Kurt, who Kurt Ozon. Literally cartoon character, rock star.
Yep.
Amazing,
plays
incredible,
all these instruments.
Amazing human, one of the best musicians in town, funny dude.
Yeah.
Loves what he loves, and fun guy to have a cigar with. Like
he's like a Dobro Jesus. Is that what people call him?
Dobro Jesus. I haven't heard that.
I feel like...
I don't know if that's Kurt or Dobro Chris.
Or maybe that's what they called Josh Matheny,
Or maybe
too.
Josh Matheny. I don't know, but Kurt's very good on the Dobro, and he does have long hair.
He looks like Jesus.
He does. He does look
I don't
like
know.
Jesus. He does.
We gotta figure that out.
You got to figure that out. But yeah, then like Sam, who runs our rock stuff, he's just like the world's biggest Limp Bizkit fan.
Oh my god.
He sent me a picture, sent me and Nikki a selfie one time, and he had a black eye. And I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "Oh, me and my friends went to get drinks at Chili's and then just decided to fight each other in the parking lot after." I was like, "Sam, what are you doing?" Cartoon character.
Wow.
Brian
It's
Fraser.
all about the he said, she said bullshit.
Yes, Brian Fraser, cartoon character.
Yep.
Mark Ori, Eli Locke.
Oh my
cartoon
gosh.
Characters.
Cartoon characters.
You and me, cartoon characters.
Cartoon characters. I'm the like nervous mom.
I wouldn't say
type
nervous
big
mom.
sister.
I'd say you're the fun, silly girl that everybody wants to be around.
Thank you. That's
I'd
very
say so,
sweet.
and it has no. I don't think of you as like the overcautious, nervous type at all. I really don't.
I think that I've turned into that a little bit. Not gonna lie. I think that I've gotten like overcautious, nervous on the road because I had that big wreck a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And that like started a bunch of anxiety for me on the road, and I never had anxiety.
Yeah.
In the car. Well, that's actually a little bit of a lie. Every time I got in the car, I would have the thought of like that I could possibly get hit today. Like that's such a bad thought to have.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm so much of a realist that I was like, just remember that could happen anytime you're in a vehicle. And then it did happen. Like my biggest fear came true, and I had this huge wreck that, by the grace of God, I walked away from. But that definitely started more anxiety.
Yeah, which makes sense. But no,
other than that, like
I wouldn't think of you as that. Like
Thank you.
when I think of overcautious and like anxious and nervous, I think of like buzzkill, and you are the furthest thing from
well,
that.
thank you. No, we ain't killing no
No.
buzzes, but we are making sure our people are taken
Yes.
care of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's
Yeah.
difference between responsibility and being responsible and being nervous.
I feel like the need to be responsible comes to me so much because I'm the oldest of so many kids.
Yeah.
Like the need to take care. I love to take care. Like acts of service for my friends. Let me do something for you, for my family.
Yeah.
Let me like make your bed for you when you have a busy day. Let me like drive the van because I know you're tired and you had a late gig the night before. Like that's where I feel like I need to be.
Yeah.
So, but when it does come to driving the van, I do need to let other people drive.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah, just kick back, kick your feet up, eat a pickle out of a bag, drink a Surfside, you'll be good to go.
You know?
So what's up as far as the music right now?
Yeah, so I am stocking up songs to record a new project for next year. This year I've just like really started taking social media and the marketing and everything even more serious. I've always been serious about it, but now I'm just watching what all my friends are doing and what's working and trying to figure out what works for me.
Yeah.
And really, when it comes to the songs, I don't know if you knew this, but I've struggled so much writing my own story. I got so comfortable just helping other people write their stories.
Yeah, and you've had some awesome cuts here lately.
I've gotten so lucky. Like, there's so many songs that I've been a part of for my girlfriends that tell their story, that blow up on TikTok, that like get them these cool opportunities. And I focused on that and just like writing good songs. And I was like, I have things to say about myself.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I put out Right Hand Man in May, because it's a song about how I grew up following my dad around on the farm, and it's so special to me, and it's the first song I've had that's like really, really connecting with people. It's not just like a fun, good song. It's a fun, good song that is me.
Yeah.
Like, showcases it. So that's the past year. I've really just been like grinding that out and learning that, like, oh, even though my stories, I may not have all these stories about like tragedy in my life and this trauma in my life, but I have these really cool experiences that I can pull from, and people want to hear that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I somehow got into my head for a while that people don't want to hear the good stories, like how Right Hand Man is a good story and happy. Because, like, you know, did you hear the thing that up until the pandemic, the #1 song every year was always a happy song, and then it turned to a sad song every year. I don't know if that number is still how it is.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, life changed, and so I was like, how do these happy reminiscent, this specific song, happy reminiscent, how does that fit in, and how do people respond to it? And I don't know, through that, I've just been trying to learn to let go.
Yeah.
And write what comes to the heart, because I have a style. I have certain things that are just things that I've developed over the years, styles of melodies and kinds of words that are just a part of S.J. McDonald.
Yes.
And so I'm like, well, let's just dive in fully. And I've been writing some of my favorite songs I've ever written.
Yeah, my favorite stuff, going like your early stuff that I remember. Like, like I remember hearing "Hot Damn" and being like, "Fuck yeah!" And you probably sit there and are like, I don't even know if you play that song anymore.
Not much.
Because I was gonna say you have so much else, and for you, you probably feel like that was me when I was a kid. Now I'm evolved as a writer and as an artist, and I've got other songs to sing, like Rosemary and things that are more where the final evolution of you, which you're still getting to.
That's a really good way to put it. I have been the past few years in the evolution of S.J. McDonald.
Yeah.
And I'm like reaching where I want to be for this chapter. And I know there's always going to be another chapter to get to. But Hot Damn was like the angsty. I was 18 writing those songs.
I remember you playing that at rounds and just the vocal runs of that and just people looking around the room being like, who the fuck is this girl? I'm like, that's
fun.
my friend SJ.
I was the Hot Damn girl for a while.
Yeah.
Like, my guitar strap still says Hot Damn because I'm so cheap I haven't bought a new leather guitar strap. And my best friend, my freshman year roommate Willow, and her mom got me that guitar strap.
Yep.
And it's so special to me, but I still have Hot Damn on my strap.
Yeah.
But that was definitely an era, and I found over the few years after Hot Damn that, like, the more I really chased what was on my heart, it wasn't that, like, hardcore rockin' country. It's a mixture of like the grit and the sweet.
Yeah, it's important to recognize that, because I'm going to look at like some of these, 'cause I remember a lot of these early ones.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I remember Rouge. I remember
love Rouge.
Stop Sending Me Love Songs. Give Me Back My Heart.
Oh, give me back my heart.
Yep.
That's when I was sort of poppy.
Yeah, and I feel like 2021 you put out some stuff, and then 23, like you said, like with Rosemary, with Who Hurt You, with Break a Cowboy, Hummingbird, Right Hand Man that just came out. Like, you're evolved again. You're saying what you really want to say.
It's a very clear. All of my songs I've put out, you can very clearly see that I've changed and I've been growing up through songs. And I used to have some worries about it being like, oh, all of my songs are so all over the board. They're so different. But I'm like, I'm listening to Led Zeppelin records that have like the rockin' stuff and then acoustic, duetting acoustic kind of music. And I'm like, you know what? I'm an artist.
Yeah.
If people get it, they get it. If they don't, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, and I've been finding myself through the music, and like Who Hurt You in particular, I think that pulls in a lot of like the sass of Hot Damn.
Yes.
But then the classic like 90s, 2000s feeling that fits my voice best and that like I naturally lean towards. And Locked Up, that is coming out later this year, that like really gets back into my like grit.
I'm
like
excited
straight
for that.
up grit.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that song. But I was thinking, like, why can't I take all of these different versions of me and put them into the songs. Like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
I'm not just one, like, flavor of a person.
No.
There's so many different sides
A
of the songs.
lot of flavors of S.J. McDonald.
Yes. We got beans, dude.
Yes, he got beans.
From beans to, like, brokenhearted,
Yeah.
old throwback, that song, How to Live.
Yeah, something else where I think you've jumped in like the evolution stuff. You have like your homies from Belmont. You have like the Boys and Girls Club and like the extensions of that. And then you have found like the other folks that love traditional.
Yes.
I'm talking like your May Estes, your Ethan Phillips, your Justin Dukes, like the guys.
Those are my people.
Like, and you're able to have all of those. Of course, there's going to be different flavors.
Exactly. And I think that's what's going to keep it interesting. And like, it's okay if not everybody loves every song. I don't love every song all my favorite artists put out.
Yeah.
It's only human to have opinions, but like, as long as the music pertains to me and where I'm at in my life, that's the best that I can offer.
Yeah.
And it's up to the fans to decide whether or not what they do with it, honestly.
Yeah. How'd you end up meeting Ethan and Justin and all those guys?
So I met Ethan.
'Cause that's a fun crew.
Yeah,
I like those
love
guys a
those
lot.
boys.
They are like, when you think of like a country music singer, you think of Ethan Phillips, Justin Dukes, Davis Luce, like that world.
I met Ethan Phillips first because I was playing around at Live Oak, and my friends Mac Martin were playing
Oh,
there.
I fucking love them too.
love
I
them.
love Ross and
They're
Mackenzie.
badass.
Yep.
And they had met Ethan at some round, and they were begging him to stay to hear my song, The Milkman.
Oh, yes. That's another one. That is an SJ favorite that I hope makes it out in the world one day.
I don't know what that one will do.
I love it.
But for those who don't know it, it's a song about, realizing your daddy might not be your daddy. And it might be the
does.
milkman. That ain't all the milkman does.
No.
So they begged Ethan to stay to listen to the milkman. And then he loved it and introduced himself after, and we started becoming friends of writing. And I wrote with Ethan a lot on Zoom during the pandemic because I met him right before the pandemic. And then he ended up living with Justin Dukes, and we met through that. And met Justin through Ethan, and then we started writing songs together. And do you remember that song Justin put out called No Tell Motel?
Yes.
At the No Tell Motel. I wrote it with them. And I remember them coming to me and be like, SJ, we have this title and we want to write it with you. And I'm like, I'm your girl. Come on, boys. And it was so fun. And it's just, anything in Nashville is a big web.
Yeah.
Everyone's connected through everyone. And then you start writing with someone and they're writing with someone else. And they're like, oh, you would really like them. Here's some songs we've written. Oh, shit, that's really good. Let's write. So that's how Ethan happened. And another group of girls that I'm writing so much with and that I honestly look up to so much are the Good Old Gals, which is May Estes, Autumn McIntyre, and Marty Dodson.
Yes.
And we call ourselves the Good Old Gals because the first song we ever wrote is one called Good Old Boys that May Estes is been playing out a lot, and it's like a really harsh, honestly harsh song about a hard truth for a lot of women. And I'll leave it at that and let the song speak for itself. But I started writing with those girls, and we do not shy away from any topic.
Yeah.
We write fun, hard stuff, everything. And some other people that I love writing with, you know this girl, Brittany Moore.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
been like my day one.
Yeah.
We do not shy away from hard stuff. Her, Stephanie Joyce, Tori T.A. and I write a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I've developed, like, curated this group accidentally of just great friends that I trust with my songs and ideas, and they trust me with theirs.
Yeah.
And that's the dream.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so lucky every day to be able to write songs with them. And like writing with Ethan, it's so funny. If only you could be in a writer's room with Ethan and I, because we'll just look at each other and go, no. Pitch out a line. He'll say, no. I'm like, okay. We're going to make ourselves better.
Yeah.
There's no yes manning in those relationships. It's, I know you can do better. I know I can do better. Let's push.
Yeah.
And write quality songs.
100%.
Yeah. Because that's the stuff that holds up. I don't want my footprint in the music industry to be just like chasing trends, chasing
No.
random songs, pop country songs that like aren't fully me. I want to like push myself every day and create something that's timeless.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm on the way, and I'm really excited for the next batch of songs because they really feel like me.
Yeah.
Like fully me. I'm finally really reeling that in.
Hell yeah.
And I mentioned the prefrontal cortex developing. That's what I feel is happening with my music.
Yeah.
The music is developing just like my brain.
Connected, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm really stoked.
Absolutely. What's something that you would tell the 18, 19-year-old girl that moved out here from Lexington, Virginia years ago? Like what's something that you wish you kind of knew back, like something you would tell that girl going to play her first gig at the stage?
A lot of things. Oh, first gig at the stage?
Well, like just around that time period, like from where you are now as being at 25 with your cortex growing and all that.
Yes. Well, funny thing I would say at the beginning for my first gig ever in Nashville, take off a little bit of that makeup and stop trying to push your boobs up. That's not going to make you look older. I would tell myself to invest in your friends more. You know, it's so easy in this town to be like, I want that huge write. If I write with this person, I'm going to write better songs. And I really believe the truth of the matter is you write your best songs with your best friends.
Yeah.
So I wish I would have like really honed in on that earlier. But obviously it did take me time to find all these people I love writing with. I didn't really start writing with the majority of the people I love to write with until like 3 or 4 years into Nashville.
Yeah.
I would also tell that girl, do not rush the music. Because even though I am proud of the songs that are out because they show different versions of me and me growing, I think I went a little too quick. And I just wanted to prove myself so bad. And I obviously didn't know myself and my sound. And that's what made it such different sounds every time I released a song. And now I'm finally honing in on it. And there's a common thread connecting everything. But I didn't have that for a long time because I rushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. But hey, I love where you're at right now.
Thank you.
Like,
Me too. I'm proud of myself. I'm not afraid to say I'm proud of myself.
Yeah. You should be.
I'm proud of myself and all of my friends. Like, you know, they say that people are going to come up in like classes. My class, especially with the Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. Which is, for those who don't know, it's like Mia Mantia, Chase McDaniel, Trent Wayne, Matt Mulhare, Mitch Krigo, Schmitty. Did I already say Chase McDaniel? Yeah. Chase McDaniel, the songwriter. But we're all like coming up and everybody signing their first deals together and just like pulling each other into bigger rooms to help each other and spending time together and going through it together, the same struggles.
Yeah. High tides raise all ships.
Yes.
And the tides are rising for you and your homies right now, which is awesome to watch.
Really exciting to see. It really has.
That's awesome, sis. So you got Country Thunder this weekend. Do we have like where I can look this up? Is it on?
Yes,
I wonder if it's
dude. I got all my stuff on. Like, I'm on it. So if you just go to sjmcdonald.com, all my shows will show up.
I want to see where you're going. How many of these shows are in Wisconsin? Because it sounds like Wisconsin's the honey hole for you right
Wisconsin,
now.
I love Wisconsin. I have 3 shows there this weekend. And
wow.
Then I've got some private stuff coming up, but
yeah, wow. Yeah, so 2 days at Country Thunder, lacrosse.
Yeah.
National anthem at the damn Cheyenne Frontier Days.
Oh my gosh. Wait, do we have time to talk about that?
Yes, absolutely. We have time to talk about whatever you want.
Because the crazy thing with that is that I applied to sing the national anthem in Colorado at the Greeley Stampede and then in Wyoming at the Cheyenne Frontier Days back in January. I didn't have anything on the books for the summer, and I was like, I need to find something. I want to get into the rodeo world because I grew up a 4-H kid and a farmer's daughter, cattle.
Rodeo is on brand for
on
sure.
Brand.
Yes.
I never got to be a part of the rodeo, but this is my way to be a part of it. I didn't think I'd actually get the things. And so there was a voting contest, public contest for the Greeley Stampede. And all of my friends and fans pulled together and I won that and got to sing in Colorado last month.
How was that?
It was really cool. I flew in for 30 hours. It was wild. And then next week I'm going to Cheyenne, which is, if you don't know rodeo, this is the daddy of them all, is what they call it. It's the largest outdoor rodeo in the world. And I'm singing the anthem on the same night Lainey Wilson's playing. So you bet your behind we got tickets. Yeah. And I'm just really excited to be a part of the rodeo and hopefully meet some new people through it and get my foot into that world.
I'm sure you will.
I hope so.
They're gonna love you out there, and even more so, you're gonna love it out there.
Oh yeah.
Have you been to Wyoming yet?
No, and I'm there's a band called CW and 20 Hands High that is letting me open for them at the Outlaw Saloon in Cheyenne the night after.
Oh, and then Turkey, Texas. That is that's where Tyler Halverson stays in Texas. Yes. That's his neck of the woods.
I'm staying out there, playing out there, and I got a show in London.
I was going to say, what the fuck? You're going to fucking England?
So
how does that happen?
I have a cousin in France that wanted me to come sing at his big birthday party, and I was like, that's a 2.5-hour train ride to London. I have fans in London. That's one of my top places on Spotify. And so I found this random venue. Lexi Hayden actually was playing the venue the night I reached out to them, and so I texted her to ask about it, and she was like, highly recommended it. And so yeah, I'm going to London. So if anybody's listening in London, please come to Dukes of Highgate on August 29th. I will be
awesome.
there.
And then Farm Fest in Covington, Virginia just sounds like the most SJ McDonald gig ever.
It is. I'm really excited. They're going to have tractor rides and my whole family will be there.
That'd be so cool. And then Eddie's Attic, that's cool. Is that what are you doing down at Eddie's Attic? Actually,
in the fall, I am co-billing 3 shows with Madison Hughes.
Oh, sick.
Madison has had big success with some cover songs and her original music on TikTok. And she's got this like sultry, just sort of Bonnie Raitt, swampy kind of voice. Her low range is insane. And I've started to help, write some songs for a project. And she was posting online that she wanted to book a tour. And I was like, hey, if you need help, let me know. And she was like, let's just do it together. And so she's booked all these shows. I've been trying and it's not been working. I've been trying to contribute. But she booked 3 shows for us in November to like co-headline. And I'm really looking forward to it. There's a lot of things that aren't announced yet that are coming up, but my whole fall is pretty booked up.
That's awesome.
Which is really amazing because it's just me running this. And I will say some things have slipped through the cracks. Like the Turkey, Texas gig showed up yesterday because I forgot to send a text response to the booker a month ago. I had the text drafted.
It happens.
Hadn't pressed send.
Yeah.
And so I realized it this week and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. This is last minute. But if you happen to need someone, I'm still going down to Texas.
Yeah.
I'm playing a private gig in Amarillo. And luckily enough, they were like, we'll put you on as an opener. And I was like, that's all I need. I just want to go meet people.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm so fucking proud of you, sis.
Thank you.
I remember when you, like you said, you were grinding and pulling doubles, triples. You were writing songs when you could, and you were playing downtown and figuring life out as a 19, 20, 21-year-old kid. And now to see you out on the road, doing this booking yourself and through your friends and through your network and getting fans, going fucking international.
Pretty wild.
And getting music coming. No, it's awesome.
Pretty wild.
It's great. No, I love the evolution of how this is going, and it's only gonna keep going up.
That's the hope.
You're just getting it started. Wait till people start coming in and pouring gasoline on the fire that you're creating for yourself.
Hey, I'm ready.
It's coming.
I got the fire already. It's stacked up in a little teepee. Just waiting for a little gasoline and a match. Come on. I haven't got the kindling. Come on.
Somebody comes to Nashville. Where's the first place you're taking them?
Ooh. The Local on a Monday night to see the Denim Daddies, Sam Bakes and Will Jones. I love those boys.
Yeah, that's a great show.
That's the place.
That's a great show. Then where's your favorite food spot nowadays?
Uncle Bud's Catfish.
Oh, you're still an Uncle Bud's girl. Okay.
I haven't been in a while, but I don't eat anywhere except for like when people want recommendations, I say Uncle Bud's. Because I eat at home to save money.
Yeah.
And Chipotle.
Yes. We got to take Nikki T to Uncle Bud's. He's still never been, and it's not far from here. It's
it's in Donaldson.
It's in this area.
Yeah, so close.
We'll have to go and take Nikki T. I took McElwain to Uncle Bud's one time, and he lost his mind. He was like, "Man, this Uncle Bud's right here.
I bet it feels just like home for him.
Man, look at this fried okra. He just loves fried okra. So man, look at all the okra.
Oh gosh,
so, that's awesome. But sis, I appreciate you coming on and doing this.
It's been a long time coming.
It's been 5 years in the making.
I know. If anybody can't tell, we've known each other for a while, and we know each other real good, and we've had a lot of fun over the years.
And we have a lot more fun to go.
Oh my gosh. I'm really excited to see what happens the next 5 to 10 years in this town with our friends, with the music. I feel like country music is shifting back to a more classic and raw kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited and really hopeful and glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, you're going to be a huge part of it, sis. You already are. You're putting your footprint right in there. So
dang
it's
right.
Awesome.
Yes. They don't have a choice. Sticking my foot out.
Hell yeah. Where can people go to find you on all the socials and stuff?
SJ McDonald Music, and that's S for spicy, J for jalapeno, McDonald for ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
Yes. Hell yeah. Well, y'all be sure to follow our girl SJ. Be on the lookout for some new music coming. And if you are in any of these places, visit our website, sjmcdonald.com, and check out all the dates. If you're in London, if you're watching this in London, one, thank you for watching this internationally.
That would be wild.
And two, go and check out SJ McDonald when she is coming to your country across the pond. So
Over the pond.
Over the
to
pond.
eat beans in London.
To eat beans. Oh, I can't wait for that Instagram story. I can't wait for that mini mic update. Mini mic update, beans in London.
Beans in London.
I'm so excited. Well, safe travels to
Thanks,
Wisconsin. Appreciate the hell out of you, sis.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And y'all be sure to follow along, Raised Rowdy. Visit our website, raisedrowdy.com. Find us on any of the social medias. And and Surfside. Shout out to Surfside. For someone who doesn't drink a whole lot. SJ hasn't been enjoying it.
I like it.
She's still been
I'm
taking
sipping.
sips out of it. Yeah, it's good. So check out our friends from Surfside. For my girl SJ, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.